Do I need to?
No.
Oh, okay.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Between Two Ferns. I'm Adam Brown, and with me today is Emily Wade. Thank you, Emily. What has surprised you about student engagement, how students engage?
Well, I suppose there's a couple of things. The main thing is that I think most students, if not all, really want to be engaged, but they're not always confident or aware of how they want that to happen. So it's something that's a challenge to keep people engaged.
I should say we don't actually have two ferns in this show. I'm probably just going to add them in post-production.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. So yeah, most students do want to be engaged, but the challenge as a teacher is to find different ways of engaging and motivating students at different levels. So there's things that generally could be more engaging for most people, but it still won't engage everybody. So there's lots of different things that I use when I'm teaching, such as interactive digital platforms such as Mentimeter, or where we do make word clouds or do on-screen quizzes. And I've also experimented through this trimester with actually creating quizzes online and getting students to play those. And I went through quite a process of trial and error in actually trying to get, I'll take that, thank you, trying to experiment with a few different platforms, and I was really having trouble. With a number of them. They all had glitches. So I'd get to a certain point, create a quiz, and find there was a limitation with it. So it was actually a student's recommendation that I used Kahoot.
This is gamification.
Yeah, this is gamification. So I had actually said to students that... You hungry, Adam? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'd said to students that I'd assumed that Kahoot would be a little bit below them in terms of age, so it could appeal more to high school students. But the students were actually really, really keen. They said, why don't you just use Kahoot? And it ended up being a platform that they had all were familiar with. And it just worked better than any of the others I'd trialled. And the first time I played that live in class, I was relying on the students to guide me through that process.
Sorry,
and
did you want one?
No, I'm right, thank you. Yeah.
Okay. You okay?
He'd like one, yeah.
So with that, they're being more active and doing something got them engaged.
That's right. So it's really reinforcing that practical element of learning by doing really gets most of them on board in terms of engaging with unit materials, and I think it helps with retention and memory recall if they're actually engaging in activities rather than learning things through a lecture, watching passively. They're being active in their learning. So there's a number of different ways we do that, but that's one of them.
That's all we have time for today.